Hey, what's good? I'm professional shooting coach Colin Castella, and today I'm going to give you the real secrets to making more fadeaway jumpers. All right, if you can develop a fadeaway jumper, it makes you almost impossible to guard if you have it in your bag. So today what we're gonna do is we're gonna give you some tips and tricks to allow you to make more of them instantly today. But before we jump into it, this video is brought to you by my guys over at Victory Performance Insoles. Victory is a revolutionary insole technology that helps athletes run faster, jump higher, and train smarter. Whether you're looking to increase your performance or enhance your injury protection, Victory insoles are the perfect product. Made out of premium materials like aerospace-grade carbon fiber, they give athletes better shock absorption and even better energy return for spring and bounce. All right, so for Shotmechanics viewers, they're running a special where if you click the top link in the description down below, you're gonna get $50 off instantly if you use the coupon code Shotmechanics. And for anybody who purchases, I'm gonna give a free copy of my custom shot design, my one-of-a-kind revolutionary shooting system to help every athlete find their perfect jump shot. And to make it even better and to ensure we get your game right, if you click the second link in the description down below, you're gonna get 100% free access to my explosive scorer workout brought to you by my guys over Victory Performance Insoles to help you score more points and be more explosive each and every time you step out on the court. Now, when we're thinking about our fadeaway jumper, the very first key that I love to teach players is to create contact. Now, a lot of players, especially younger players, are scared of contact. They don't want to bump other people. They don't want to get fouled. They don't want to foul. They kind of want to run around the court and not touch anybody, right? But the real secret, the first secret to a fadeaway jumper is that you have to create contact with your defender to create space into the jump shot, right? Again, with a fadeaway, the less you have to fade away, the more powerful it's going to be. So a lot of times if you're in the paint, let's say I'm on a drive right here, if I can bump my defender, create this contact with my inside shoulder, now all of a sudden when I go for my fade, they're sliding backwards, so now I've got a ton of space to go into my jump shot, right? That way I'm not contested, I don't have to change my mechanics to get it away from my hand or her challenge. So really create that contact early, bump the defender off their line, it's gonna mistime their jump, and it's gonna allow you more space and separation. So it doesn't matter in the situation. You could be, catch it in the post, you can give 2 powers before you go into your fadeaway. If you can add that little bit of contact, that's gonna give you a better fadeaway jumper before you even shoot the ball. All right, so the next key that can help get you contact and also get you more space for the fadeaway jumper is what we call split the leg. So most of the time when players catch, like if they're at the high post or the low post and they're getting ready to shoot a fadeaway jumper, a lot of times the defense is playing them like this, right? Maybe they got a forearm on the back, maybe they're pushing on your hips, whatever it is. So they've got their legs spread open and squared up to you. So what you want to do as an offensive player is if you can pivot, a lot of times a reverse pivot's great where you're following your behind around, put the ball on your back hip, and if you can step in between their 2 legs right here and right here, it's gonna force them to move backwards, right? Think about if you're guarding somebody like this. If they step between your legs, what are you gonna do? You're probably gonna have to take a step back to give them some space. So from there, you can launch directly into your fadeaway jumper. So if I split the legs here and I get them to slide, now, boom, I can come back up into my jumper, get that nice separation. So you wanna work on being able to split the legs with both directions of pivot. I wanna be able to pivot on my right to split the legs. I also wanna be able to pivot on my left to split the legs, because either way, we wanna work on getting that defender off us for more space into the fadeaway. All right, so now we've set up the fadeaway, right? We've got the defender off you, we've bumped him off for a little bit of space. Now it's time to make the fadeaway. So the first key that really helps you out is what we call chin on shoulder. Chin on shoulder. And so basically what that means, if I'm getting ready to shoot a fadeaway, I've stepped them off, I've got bump, I've got contact, what I want to do is put my chin on my shoulder and find the rim as soon as I possibly can right here. One of the biggest mistakes players of all ages, even in the NBA, make when they're shooting fadeaways is that they find the rim late. Remember, basketball is a hand-eye coordination sport. The longer you can see the rim, the more accurate you're going to be, right? So what a lot of players do is they step off, they go to shoot the fadeaway, and then they find the rim when the ball's right here. And then their brain only has like a microsecond to figure out, hey, where's the rim at? How far am I moving? Where's the defender? All that sort of stuff. So instead, if as I step them off, boom, if I throw my chin on my shoulder and I get my eyes up to the rim right now, I can lock my eyes on the rim the whole time as I go into my shot. The longer I aim, the more accurate it's gonna be. It's that simple. So really think about chin on shoulder is gonna help you be more accurate with your fadeaway jumper. All right, so now I've got a bonus tip for you on fadeaway jumpers, and that's called a leg drift. Now, if you're with the Shotmechanics channel for a while, you already know what I'm talking about. But a leg drift is incredibly important, especially if you're turning into a jumper in a fadeaway on your dominant hand side. So I don't need a leg drift if I'm here and I'm going into my right-handed jump shot onto this side, right? Because my legs are already aligned. But if I'm going the opposite direction, let's say I'm here and I'm stepping off and I'm going into a jumper, right now I need to somehow get my right leg back in front and my right hip on rim. So what I always like to call it is a leg drift. So as I'm getting ready to shoot, I'm gonna pick my foot up and I'm gonna kick it forward so my leg is drifting towards the hoop and my right hip is now on the rim. Because if I try to shoot a jumper and I got my right hip back, I'm gonna have a ton of tension in the shoulder by having my foot on the ground, or if I'm in another scenario, let's say I'm pulling up, let's say I'm coming this direction off the dribble and I'm fadeawaying into a pull-up jumper this way, it's the exact same thing. My hips are gonna be locked, a leg drift will help unlock that. So you'll notice this is the secret to a lot of the elite level players' fadeaways, the guys like Michael Jordan, the guys like Kobe Bryant, the guys like LeBron James. So think about a leg drift, especially if you're moving towards your dominant hand side. All right, next little tip to make sure you're making more fadeaways is what I call add the mustard. Now, most people, when they shoot fadeaway jumpers, they end up missing short, right? And it's totally natural. If you're stepping into it and you're firing back away, you need to put a little extra mustard and a little extra power on it to make sure that you're knocking down that shot. So the one tip that I can help you with anytime you're shooting a fadeaway is think about loading your body low as you're going into it. So if I'm getting ready to shoot a fadeaway and let's say I'm coming off the dribble to the right and I'm gonna step back and fade away off of it, a lot of times players start high right here and they don't load their hips, right? So anytime I'm shooting a fadeaway, I wanna load my hips down, and then that way as I go into it, I'm getting more power, more spring. So even though my momentum is carrying me away from the hoop with a fadeaway, I'm putting a little extra power on it, right? Anytime you shoot a fadeaway, put a little extra power on it. It's a lot better to miss long because you've still got a better opportunity for the ball to bounce in than if you miss short, right? So put a little extra mustard on it and make sure that you're getting that power on the fadeaway. All right, if this video helped you out, hit that like button, then head to the comment section down below. Let me know what sort of video you want to see next. And don't forget, if you're ready to explode your athletic performance, check out the top link description down below and get your pair of Victory Performance insoles today. Again, I love them. I feel more springy every time I put them in my shoes, and you will too. And don't forget, if you want to get better, click the second link in the description down below and get free instant access to our explosive score workout brought to you by my guys over at Victory Performance Insoles. Again, I'm Coach Colin Castell with Shotmechanics Basketball. Thanks for watching, and until next time, splash on.